Agenda item 14, US 93 Rollins.
Agenda item 14. Chairman, Commissioners, we have a recommendation for your action, US 93 in Rollins. Lake County submitted a request on behalf of the community of Rollins for a speed study for the purpose of reducing the 70-mile-per-hour speed limit to 50. The speed profile shows that the prevailing speeds along US 93 match the set speed limits, with the 85th percentile and the upper limit of pace being, for the most part, within plus or minus 2 miles per hour of the statutory 70-mile-per-hour speed limit. Approximately 62% of drivers were, on average, observed traveling within 10 miles per hour of each other. Based on the elevated crash rates throughout the study, it would be advisable to reduce the speed limit and use the rounded down 85th percentile and closest 50th percentile, but both result in a speed limit recommendation of 65 miles per hour. Crashes primarily occur north of milepost 87, and therefore further extension of the 65 mile per hour speed limit is not recommended. Lake County Commissioners do not agree with MDT's recommendation and request the proposed 65 mile per hour speed limit be reduced to 55. The decision is based off public comment received by the county, and their letter is attached. Again, MDT would like to make the Transportation Commission aware that the prevailing speeds based on the 85th percentile and the upper limit of pace are around 70 miles per hour. There was elevated crash rates in the area indicating the use of 50th percentile to set the speed limit. The 50th percentile speeds range from 61 to 72, with an average of 68 over the length of the study. Within the region between North Air Lane and milepost 93, the 50th percentile speeds were on average 66 miles an hour. Lake County's recommendation is approximately 10 miles below the engineering recommendation and the 50th percentile. A 55 mile per hour speed limit equates to, on average, the 7th percentile. MDT would not recommend setting speed limits below the 50th percentile. Further, a study by MDT shows setting speed limits 10 miles below the engineering recommendation results in fewer crashes with elevated severity and fatal crashes. Without additional enforcement, a 55 mile an hour speed limit would unlikely produce the desired results and may make the area less safe for drivers. Our recommendation is no change to the existing statutory 70 mile per hour speed limit prior to approximately 490 feet north of the intersection with North Air Lane, a 65 mile per hour speed limit beginning approximately 490 feet north of the intersection with North Air Lane, and continuing north to milepost 93, an approximate distance of 6.61 miles, and then no change to the existing statutory 70 mile per hour speed limit continuing north of milepost 93. Another speed study will be conducted during the summer of 23, extending north from this point through the community of Lakeside. And you may have seen in a lot of the comments that you received, and some of the comments included, the reference really was more focused on, there was a lot of reference focused on the Lakeside area, and that speed study will present to you at a future date. But just wanted to make that clarification. But with that, that's recommendation.
Questions or discussion from the commission? Commissioner Sanders?
Sorry, say again.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you had a question for me. Sorry.
If you got any questions or comments?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Rollins Speed Study. Anybody present wishing to speak? Is there anybody online?
Do we have anyone online wishing to speak on the Rollins Speed Zone? And
Any further discussion from the commission? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Move to agenda item number 4, recommended by staff.
Can you hear me? Can the committee hear me?
yes, David, we can hear you.
Any wish to speak?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Permission to speak?
Regarding the Rollins Speed Study?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Dave Leonard. I'm a resident here in Rollins, and I've had something to do with, organizing and sending you all information from the residents here regarding their thoughts on the speed going through Rollins, Montana. 70 mile an hour through somebody's hometown is significant speed. And so we kind of took a look around us at the other communities. We have Big Arm, not too far away, and we have Elmo not too far away. And these two communities have this, graduated reduced speed zones from 70 to 55 to 45, 55, 70 back up, both of them. We have Lakeside to the north, which has similar speed reduction zones. And we're wondering what the difference is between Big Arm, Elmo, and us to the state. Earlier, I heard the state gentleman talking about how they want to keep the speed up to a point where, everybody driving the road is happy. We don't want unhappy people driving this road. Otherwise, we get road rage. Well, I think that when you set a speed limit through a town that's too high, you automatically are going to increase the rage because this is a town. We're a town of people. We mill about here. And if you're going to allow people to roll through here at significant speeds because they're told they can, and then they come up against people that are just getting out on the road here, going down to the post office or going to the store or just going over to the neighbor's house, they're not interested in, plowing their foot into the firewall and getting up to 70 miles an hour to accommodate these people. I also think that when you do a speed study and you've already set the speed, it seems to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So why wouldn't the 85 percentile of people be within a few miles an hour of the speed that you set? I contend that if it was 60 miles an hour out there, you'd probably get a similar result and people would be within a few miles an hour of that speed sign. Everywhere I go, wherever I travel, you go through rural towns, people's hometowns, nothing changes. People expect to slow down when they go through people's hometowns. It's just a normal thing to do. And it's not happening here in Rollins. We wonder why we're the only community on this lake that does not have a speed reduction zone to protect the welfare of the folks that live here. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further comments online? Hearing none. I believe we had a motion. In a second.
Was that your second?
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Call the question. We have a motion to approve the recommendation with staff. Is that correct? And we have a second. Questions called. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. And item number 15, Preston.
Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item 15 is request from Flathead County for a speed study to be performed on Highway 35 from the intersection